Alright, hi guys. So today I'm going to be showing through 3 sketchbooks that I filled in during the lockdown of COVID-19, sort of over the summer and the past. Let's have a go. So this sketchbook is from the 20th of June 2020, so this was, in the summer, midway through the year being shit. And we start off with this ink drawing of Catwoman. I was really getting into inking at the time. I was following some Jim Lee tutorials. I was really getting into all the shiny materials, that sort of stuff. Print off of a digital illustration I did, and here's some sort of acrylic paint experiment. I'm not too sure what that's about. And then there is another digital thing that I printed off. I was really proud of this painting at the time. I still am. I need to do a revamped version of it, or an updated version at least. I really like it though. And then here's just another little acrylic paint experiment. Don't quite know what I was going for. I think some sort of red demon, but I never finished rendering it or adding in the final highlights and details. Yeah, well. Then here is another Batman. I think this was another study of Jim Lee. For this I used 0.5mm pencil and some Indian ink in a pot, I believe. And then here we have some faces from Pinterest, and if you want to get better at drawing, I highly recommend going on Pinterest and looking up faces or portraits. The mistake I used to make was just typing in faces, and unfortunately you get a lot of these models where their faces are very serene, blank, emotionless, because that's sort of the model look, I guess. But it's better to look up things like expressive portraits, or portraits that that have more expression in them, so you can get more of a learning of the muscles and human emotion into your drawings. It helps a lot. So I like these drawings, they're good for the time. Then here's a digital study of a scene from the Joker, I think. Not Joker, Batman Begins. The one with I've forgotten his name, never mind. The Joker, anyway, the good one. And then here's a drawing of Dread. I was really happy with this drawing and how it went. I was really quite proud of it, and still am. I quite like the composition and the detail I got in there. I think this was based on a study at first. Not too sure though, it was a while ago. Up here we got a digital butt drawing, and it looks like a sticker from an apple. Some little thumbnails. I did like 3 thumbnails in preparation for this, after making a little mood board. Well, a reference board of different images that I wanted to use. So there was like a picture of some hands holding something like this, and then an underlit face, and that sort of thing. This was all done with brush pen, a 0.3mm fine liner, and a pot of ink and a brush. And here we have some portraits of the excellent Danny DeVito. What a good human. And then a couple other faces. That one might be Danny as well, I'm not sure. And then we got a digital study of some armor here. This is a point where I was studying reflective materials like armor, metal. I need to do more studies of those because they're really quite fun. And then we've got some more just like pencil drawings. Very smudged. I'm not a big fan of these. We've got another digital thing here. And I was trying to go for a tank, but the perspective on it is horrible. I'm not a fan of that piece at all. Here's a digital colour of Judge Dredd. I think the colouring process of this might be on my YouTube as well. Go check it out. It's an old video, so it sucks, but have a look. Here is some different lighting setups and schemes, studies from a book called Framed Ink. Highly recommend. It's a very good book. Here's some xenomorph drawings from Aliens. Big fan of that. And then we got, whales are incapable of feeling love. That's, every time you blink your eyes shrink. Do not pet the skulls too much, they'll get annoyed. Just some doodles from notes and scribbles on post-it notes. Those skulls clearly weren't referenced. I'm glad I've started using reference a lot more, because those are clearly from imagination. And here we have some more portrait studies. I really do enjoy doing portrait studies because you really do learn quite a lot from it, even if it is just a little bit, you know, you're still learning, and I think this is probably one of the best faces I've ever drawn, even today. I'm really happy with that one. And this guy, such an interesting face. And then we've got a big old skull boy. This is my sort of first attempt at typography here on the bottle. I was quite happy with that. I need to try that sort of gothic style of typography again, that's quite fun one. Big old skull boy, some more doodles. I like to call these pages like swamps because it's sort of just like brain farting onto the page, just exploding some ideas down, quickly drawing, getting ideas out. And here's a drawing. Yep, very heavily shaded. There's a QR code in his face. I'm guessing it's a Rickroll. I don't know. Scan it, let me know. Here's another drawing. Yeah. I think I was just trying to practice sequential art with this one. I love raccoons. They're like, I don't know. They're cute little bastards. Gotta love them. Here's a rat man, demanding cheese. I mean, what's not to love? And here is just acrylic test. I don't really work with acrylics or traditional media paint-wise that much. I need to do more of it. I was reading Slaying, the artwork by Simon Bisley, and I was just very much inspired to try and paint something. So this was an interesting one. And I believe these are portrait studies from a book by Andrew Loomis. I think it was either creative illustration or... Oh, what's the other one? The other one, the figure drawing for artists or something. Ooh, I forgot about this page. Just an inked sort of mishmash of different bits and bobs. Another page of scribbles. Another, you know, inked sketchbook page. And another one with my signature chubby faces, which I love to put in my artwork. They are very fun to draw. This is some sort of like, I don't know, Nosferatu Dracula looking motherfucker. I was quite happy with this one. I still am. I quite like that design. I might do a reworked version of that. It really reminds me of 2000 AD. Big fan of the comics they do. Here we have some studies from comic books. A little study of Frank Frazetta, one of his paintings. Some gestural scribbles, and here are some thumbnails for Aliens. This one I actually used for a digital painting, which is on my YouTube. Go check it out. It's a funky one. And then we got these little post-it notes. I love drawing on post-it notes because it's a different shade to a normal sketchbook page, adds a little bit of colour, vibrancy, and they're fun to just scribble on. There's no pressure when you're drawing on a post-it note because they're just cheap. And here's a couple more digital painting studies. These were done in Coral Painter, so we've got Darth Vader and Boba, and some armour studies. And we've got some inked doodles, we've got a Batman study, some more comic book studies from Pinterest. I've noticed a lot that in my old sketchbooks I did miss out like a lot of pages, which I'm not too proud of because, you know, it's wasted paper. But what can you do, I guess? I remember I really liked the process of the pencil sketching underneath, but then I went too heavy and quick with the brush pen and completely sort of ruined what I was going for with that. Oh yeah, here's the digital illustration of that alien I mentioned before. Some digital portraits I did, some more doodles, another inked boy.
Did you bring the chosen jalapenos? I need them.
Some more sketchbook doodles, a page I guess I gave up on, a couple empty pages, some gesture drawings, probably referenced from Pinterest. Oh yeah, I think I cut this page out because I gave it to Mum for Mother's Day. A little pencil drawing, some sort of Goblin King, I guess. More pencil scribbles. Here's a study of the garden at my mum's house. The conservatory. It was quite sunny that day. It was nice. A couple more empty pages. Ooh, yeah, now these are fun. These are, you know, studies of the classic Disney characters. I really enjoyed learning the shapes on these. I need to do more of these. These were a lot of fun. The shape language and design is just crisp. And then we got the Burger Boy. Gotta love him. I might cut this page out and stick on my wall, actually. And I always leave the first couple of pages on a sketchbook. And that is all for that sketchbook. It doesn't give you that first page fear of, or anxiety of the first page being blank. You can just sort of move into the sketchbook and then go back and fill these pages in. But I often forget because I'm a forgetful human. It's just how it is. When you hear noises at 3 AM, it's just a lonely goblin. Make noises back to cheer them up. I'm a big I like this. I like this drawing. I need to do more like these in this style. Some sort of Joker study. Some studies of rat skulls and frogs. Just a page of scribbles. And then we got this guy. Radiation is just spicy air. I was quite a big fan of this when I did it. Still am. I quite like it. Hands could have been referenced better, but they're pretty good for the time. A little gas mask boy. And this effect with creating space, I just get some white out and just like splatter the brush, and it just like makes sort of like a night sky effect, which I quite like to do. And then we got some more scribbles. This is a study from Tank Girl, Jamie Hewlett, and some doodles. I quite like this frog. I might redo this frog at some point, because that is a spicy toad frog boy. A couple more illustrations I never finished. Some studies, got some more Judge Dredd. And this page I was quite a fan of. Still am, actually. I might frame that and put it on my wall. I quite like that. I did a digital colouring of this as well. I believe this is on my YouTube as well. In fact, I think it was one of my first YouTube videos. Some more doodles. This was just a quick scribble for a thing I was working on. I was trying to figure out a character. Mac and cheese. Some more doodles. Some portrait studies. Really happy with this face. The way this face went out. Really quite happy with it. The forms and the shadow and lighting and stuff. That little Danny DeVito down there. These are all from Pinterest again. Some more gesture drawings and studies, doodles. Another couple of pages of swamp, just getting some ideas and shapes down, just scribbling. Some more anatomical studies. These ones are from George Bridgman, Constructive Anatomy. If you haven't seen that book, I highly recommend it. It's only a few quid off Amazon, and one of the best books I've ever learned from for anatomy. For like simplifying anatomy and reconstructing it. Not the best for like learning the details and stuff, but it's good for the simplified forms. Then we got a couple studies of Frankfurt Zeta. His artwork is a big inspiration of mine. Goddamn love his artwork. And Tank Girl. Jamie Hewlett's work on Tank Girl is beautiful. I need to do more studies of Tank Girl. Love that artwork. Got some more doodles, some stuff from Pinterest again. Study of a statue, some chubby faces for a nice little visual contrast. Comic book page. No, I think of working on a comic book in the future, but currently with university work I really don't have the time. Hopefully in the summer I might be able to make a script for something. Draw it up. Well, this page I was quite happy with. Got a good boy here. He's done begging. He wants the food. Some more scribbles, another empty page. And here's a piece I never finished. I was sort of going for the concept of raccoons versus possums with some sort of knight character and some sort of shotgun wizard. I might redraw this character actually, it's quite fun. These were some studies of the weird creatures in the backgrounds of Tank Girl. A couple portrait studies, and some little animal doodles down here. Some more doodles, scribbles, ink tests and all that. And this is another study of a page from Tank Girl. Really love those comic books. If you haven't read them, I highly recommend. Definitely. Some skull studies, some little goblin creatures, some skulls. This would have been when I got my skull. Here we go. A little skull boy, really good for reference. You know, you can turn at any angle. You can open the mouth, take off the cranium. You know, you can put it in lots of different angles. So I recommend getting one of these as well. Really good for reference, really good for studying. Then we got some more, portraits. They're really good to study. What can I say? I mean, they help you learn a lot. They learn, anatomy, structure, shading, form, tone, all that stuff. Then we've got some doodles here. Really happy with this drawing. I might redraw and repaint this or do this as a custom skateboard design because, this is I don't know, something about this image I really like. And this fat frog here. Hell yeah. And here's another statue study that I never actually got around to finishing. I should do more of these because you really do learn a lot from them. I haven't done them since this one actually, but it'd be good to study.
Come here, human. Pet my belly and I shall grant you half a wish.
Just a chubby frog. Some more studies and doodles. Oh, I guess there was another face like that I started. And a chubby Judge Dredd screaming. Some more faces. My eyeball lady character and a classic chubbo just chilling and grilling.
Staring at the sun is often considered an unnecessary pastime.
I was quite happy with that one at the time. The anatomy and structure of the face is disgusting. Look at the proportions on that ear in comparison to that nose. That's not a human ear. And these cheeks and the lips, they're squished because of the box. These lips should be down here. Oh well, what can you do? The eyeball character, some little butt-naked goblins. And there's a couple more doodles. By the end of a sketchbook, I always tend to get bored. I sort of lose the feeling because I've had the sketchbook for a couple of months, so I start to get a bit bored with it. I want to move on to the next one. So usually the end of my sketchbooks are always sort of empty, kind of boring, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Here's a cool little thumbnail. I might redo that character, paint that boy. He's got a good little orangutan boy, and I think this was from an online live drawing class through the university. It's really difficult to do it online because you're looking at a screen, you can't quite get the proportions or depth of the character or the foreshortening properly on the arms and stuff, so it makes it quite difficult. And there's another one, kind of squish the legs up. Yeah, and that's it. Cheers for watching. I hope you learned something, or at least enjoyed looking through my old sketchbooks. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Let me know if you have any other ideas for videos down in the comments. And I will see you on the flip side, my dudes. Have a nice day.